themselves. They don't come to us saying, what block can I put in today as we are building this empire? What contribution can I make today in my company so that I can further better the problems in our country, the problems in our world? Because every country is trying to bring a solution, isn't it so? Every country is going through a frustration about a certain matter which is taking place in that country. So every country is forever saying, look guys, which strategies can best fit this problem we have currently to make things better in our country? So unfortunately, this is what happens. People are assigned, people are given tasks, but people are not responsible. When you break down the word responsible or responsibility, it means if you are given a task, it's because we know that you have the ability to respond to the task. So the word responsibility, it means you have the ability to respond to your ability. So as we are sitting here, all of us, we have different abilities. Some, when they answer the phone, they say, hi, this is Mr. Maseko speaking, how can I be of service, ma'am? And some say, hi, this is Mr. Maseko, how can I be of service, ma'am? And some say, hi, this is Mr. Maseko, how can I be of service? And you get a person saying, oh, this person, is she sleepy or sleepy at work? What's wrong with this person? And that time, unfortunately, they don't know who you are, but they know the name of the company. They don't know who you are, you just don't play as far as the person is calling. But they know the name of the company. And then they want to say, that company is not doing their job. And it's not the company, it's an individual who is not doing his or her job. So the word team, if I break it down, means together efforts are made. The word team means together efforts are made, not individually, together, collectively. So when you respond to your ability, this is what you do. You, together with your team, you are making efforts that are going to make this company to be great one day. So from today on, going onward, be a team member. Abantu abahleli canteen drinking tea, join them. Abantu abahleli babodwa yazi umuntu ahamba uyezitiya yakhe. You know, you make your tea and you go back to your desk. You don't want us to say to other employees, that's wrong. That's wrong. Greet other people, say, how are you doing? Did you have a safe trip yesterday going back home? Know how your co-workers are doing. It's very important. Because, unfortunately, you may not know this, but as we are here, as much as you have a family at home, but now at this time, this is your family. So you need to make sure that the other colleagues, when they see you, they say, oh wow, what a beautiful soul. What a beautiful soul. I can't wait to see you once again tomorrow. Don't come with an attitude saying, but you know, someone goes back with that attitude saying, you know, I wish I can be promoted or that person can be fired. No, that's the wrong attitude. Be a team player. Be a team player. That's a very wrong attitude. It's not about you, unfortunately, as I said. It's about the company, it's about the economy of the country. It's about those kids who are poor, whom this company needs to take care of. So if you don't deliver quality service, the kids that are getting funds from this company, that are being taken care of by this company, won't benefit because they're sitting on a desk lazy, sitting on a desk complaining, sitting on a desk saying, well, I wish I can get a new job. Listen, there's somebody who's had a degree for 5 years, who's without a job. And here you are. You've been given a great opportunity to become a somebody in life. Be a team player. Dr. John Maxwell says this, the greatest day in our lives is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. Dr. John Tibane says this, it's not your attitudes that determines your attitude, it's your attitude. So don't think because we know where you come from, Shem, give away so like things are bad, we're gonna give you a raise. No, that's not how it works. No. We're not gonna give you a raise because we know that you have to take 4 taxis to come to work. No. A lot of people have done that. Hello. Look at your neighbor and say hello. Hello. A lot of people have done that. You're not the first person. I'm telling you, you're not the first person. So don't complain. And you know how they are. So let us see the please do. You're like, what did I do to you? I didn't do anything. I'm buying here. Can you please give me some spark? I'm going through my frustrations also. Because as I said, that person sitting there is saying, please take out these things from the job. We are all going through stuff in life. I'm telling you, we're all, the person who just bought a Mercedes-Benz just saw another one in the corner and saying, yo, I want this one now. And he starts stressing because he's trying to keep up with the competition, which is wrong, by the way. Be content where you are. Be happy with who you are. I'm not going to try and buy my way into becoming a great speaker in this country. I need to work hard to get there. I need to take my audience very seriously. Because there are days when I'm going to speak, I sleep around about 4 o'clock, then I wake up at 6, that means I slept for 2 hours. But when I speak, I know that when I go back to bed, I did my job very well. I didn't rob God of the gift He has given me and the people that He wants me to speak to. So I've balanced everything. So be a team player and be responsible. As I said, the word responsibility means being able to respond to the ability. So you do have a great ability within you. Don't doubt yourself. You just need to discover, develop, and display. Let's say it together. Discover, develop, and display. Yes. Those are the principles in my life. So I'm forever doing what? Rediscovering myself. I'm forever doing what? Redeveloping myself. I'm forever doing what? Redisplaying. So you need to do that. Perform your duties cheerfully. Oh, please, can you do that? Perform your duties cheerfully. What is being cheerfully? It is to smile, it is to show passion. It is to make sure that you take responsibility of the duties that you're given. It is to make sure that when you're around people, clients, you bring the best out of everything that is happening around you. No complaining, no dragging down off your feet. No, you don't do that. Hi ma'am, how can I be of service? When you answer the telephone, now Maseko speaking, how can I be of service? Be cheerful, be passionate. Show that momentum, show that drive. Don't just sit there on that chair and drop the chair and say, look, it's 3 o'clock, I'm trying to find it. Listen, this is what people do. People, when they provide customer service, unfortunately, most of the customer service is poor. You know why? Because people do this. It's 12 o'clock, the watch rings, and the person says, oh, it doesn't have to be work time, and then you know that you gotta wake up and you say, no, let me sleep, I'll wake up after 15 minutes again. Then you sleep again. This is what you're missing. This is what you're missing. The more time you have, the better preparation time you have. The more time you have to get things done, the better preparation you have. Because now if your watch rings at 5 o'clock and then it snoozes again around about 15:20, chances are there's something that you forgot to do today which you may be reminded to do this morning. And because of the 20 minutes that you've wasted, you may not be able to do it again. Let's assume someone, your child, you didn't do breakfast for him, or rather his captain says schooling, and you forgot to do it yesterday in the evening. Chances are you might not do it. By the time the child gets to school, he doesn't have something to eat at school because you didn't manage your time properly. So this is what people do. They wake up and then they waste their time. And then it's on your marks, get ready, and then get set. Then they come to work. When they come to work, they reverse their cars and then they park them. Why do they reverse their cars and park them this way? So that by the time it's knock off, they just shoot they don't want to be reversing and saying, let me reverse, and then, no. They go to work and then they say, it's bad, let me go to his car. Let's see the car and say, the person is gone. I don't mind, I'm going to where's this person? Gone, the person is gone. You went to work with an attitude that says, I want to leave work. You didn't go to work saying, I'm going there to work. to provide an excellent customer service. So you come to work saying, I'm going to work to leave work. How silly is that? And that's what people do. People say, well, I know I'm not going to be fired. I've been there for 10 years. No, you might be fired. See, Beyonce sang a song and said, don't think you're irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable, believe me. There's always somebody out there who can do a better job. When things are so bad, we will know as co-workers, as your managers, as everybody, and we respect that. And as a matter of fact, we'll be the people to cheer you up to say, how we see, we know you to be this vibe, like, what's happening in Zara today? We'll say, you know what, things are bad at home. Then you'll be encouraged by your co-workers, which is nice, by the way, isn't it so? So it's very important as you come to work, you don't put on your car the reverse with an attitude that says, I'm going to work to knock off. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't come to work to knock off. You come to work and provide a quality service. The world is busy, and you are part of the contribution in transforming our world into a better place. So as you come to work tomorrow, have a smile. Practice it, believe me. Practice makes perfect. No? So practice it. Go to your mirror and smile and say, I'm not a person who likes smiling, but force that smile, force those muscles. And as you do that, I'm telling you, you're going to find yourself happy. It's very important to be happy, guys. It's very, very, very important. Be dependable on. There is nothing so frustrating as knowing that you cannot depend on a person. It's so frustrating, believe you me. It's so frustrating. I have been with Mapelonke Makobela, we call him Mapi, for the past 7 years. He's a good guy in my life. He takes care of all the stuff that needs to be done in my life. I thank God for him. He makes my life so easy. He's very dependable on. When I call him, I say, we're going to work. He's always there an hour earlier, and he says to me what needs to be done, all those things. He's a blessing in my life. I really thank God for him. So, yes. So as I rise, as I shine, that also happens in his life. See, he's working as he's here. I didn't say to him, we're going to sit there and I'm going to get paid. No, he's working. So I know that I can depend on him. Question is, can people depend on? Are you this gold chain that is holding everything? Are you that gold chain? Because it's very, very important for people to know that, you know what, we can depend on Busi, on Boni, on Temba, on Sizwe. It's very important. They know that, you know what, when you call that person is going to get things done. We know those people. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. We know those people. Be that person. Be that person when they call, even if you didn't come at work because you're on leave, but when they call you to say, we seem not to be understanding this thing or finding this file, you say, okay, do it with city. Don't say, I'm in Maseko. Listen, it might be the CEO of that company on that day calling, and it might be the day of your promotion. It might be the CEO calling, who happened not to say, Mr. So-and-so, the CEO of the company, is calling you. You may think it's just one of their co-workers, and you may miss your opportunity for greatness. So be dependable on. This is what I want you to do. I want you to look at your neighbor and shake his or her hands and say, from this day on, you can depend on me. Time when it's time to come to work. Yes. I said this to you, there are days when I put on 16 hours working because I want to be successful. I want to be great. I believe that there's something greater within me. But I need to depend on myself first. So when I tell the other people to do the work that I'm asking them to do, I know that they're not going to say, Lonwabo, you're giving us a task, but you are not doing it yourself. In the year 2004, I happened to see a child in the streets of Bunyon, street killed. So that day I found my colleague basically, Lonwabo Maseko. So in the year 2008, we launched an organization that I founded, which is known as Best Men and Women That Can Be Foundation. It's growing, it's doing wonders. We're having our last event this month in Davidton on the 30th of November. We're having about 6 professional speakers, doctors, CEOs, that are coming and speaking. The theme is, will things ever make sense in my life? Now I've got a team that works with me. It doesn't work for me. They work with me because I cannot do this task alone. But in that, I'm able to depend on Umapi. I'm able to depend on Gumanda and other ladies we work with. And they can also depend on and say, sir, I cannot do this. Can you please make that phone call? I don't say, because I'm the chairperson of this organization. So no, I take the phone call and serve so that things can be done. So depend on other people, but also depend on yourself also and be dependable on. Does it make sense? Yes. Don't come to work saying, I'm a one-man show. No, that doesn't matter. Be a team player. Exceed expectations. Now this is the problem we have. As I said, people come to work and they reverse their cars. And then, 4:15, they say, when am I knocking off? And then at 4:15, they roam around the toilets. Yeah. They roam around the toilets. When you go to that person's desk, that person is no longer there. You say, where is this person? You left your desk before knocking off time. You're roaming around at the toilet, busy on WhatsApp, talking to friends, which there's nothing wrong. We are people created to communicate with other people. But we must know the right time and the right place to do so. So by that, look off early. There's a task that you were given enough time to do. As I was listening, Mama Maseko said this, she sometimes drives by and sees other people on the street. Those people do not exceed expectations. Unfortunately, they bring frustration to the company. So this is what happens. You are given a task, and then there's people who will say, this is not my task, I'm not going to do it. You want to be promoted? Make sure that you contribute in those blocks. Don't say, this is not my task. Don't say, I'm going home now. Don't say that. If the other person that is supposed to take over your shift has not yet arrived or is saying I'm late, sit down and continue working. Exceed expectations. I don't think there's someone who's sitting here who's saying, well, Lonwabo, I'm content where I am in life. I don't want greater things. No. I don't think so, isn't it so? Whether you stay in a big house, every now and then you sit down and say, baby, how can we rearrange some things here at home and make our home more beautiful? So exceed expectations. Make sure that you deliver quality service. As you knock off, as you go to bed, make sure that you have exhausted all the energy within you. I usually say this, I try and make sure that I go to bed with 65% of energy. Utilize. It's not easy because then you gotta put on a lot of effort. It's not easy. I'm a very young, active citizen in South Africa. Always going there, doing this, doing that, working with you, speaking professional corporate business while doing that and doing that. So it's a very busy life for me, but when I go to bed saying, I didn't rob God and the people of the gift. As I conclude, this is what I want to say to you. You were born for greatness. You were born for destiny. You were born for wealth. What is wealth? Wealth is information accumulated over a period of time which helps us to implement the vision and the goals we have for our lives. If you were to read the book of Proverbs, Solomon says, without vision, people there perish. But for you to have a vision for your life, you need to know who you are. I'm excited I'm speaking here today. But tomorrow I need to sit down and say, where's the next gig, Lonwabo? Be content knowing that better things are coming in your life. But don't be satisfied with where you are because you might just die poor. I'm sitting here, I believe that part of the wealth of South Africa is sitting here. So please, we are asking you, don't rob us of what you can contribute in our lives as we make South Africa to rise and beyond the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been an amazing audience. My name is Lonwabo Maseko. Thank you very much.
This was a really motivational speak, actually. I had fun and I've experienced there are things that were happening like around the working industry, like where we didn't realize about them. But then today, like I've learned that, you know, there are things that you should do and there are things that you shouldn't do when you're in the working industry.
Today I really had a wonderful time and I was really motivated by Lonwabo. He really showed me that as a person you need to have a dream, because if you don't have a dream you're going to be part of the frustration that is going around this world. So as people we need to sit down, do a self-analyzation before we start judging the next person and saying they are not doing the right things. Look at yourself, self-analyze yourself, find out what are the things that you can do to this world to change it, so that you can be the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you, Lonwabo, and I really appreciate you coming here, and you really motivated me. As people at times, we don't even know that we are capable of changing the world, we are capable of doing things that we never thought of, and you made me realize that I can do it, and I'm going to be a better call center agent. Thank you.
I think today it was a very beautiful day for the call center. You know, receiving the motivational talk, I think that will also help. I've seen people seeing things differently. I've seen people, you know, getting to look forward to the journey that we are taking now.
I'm very glad I brought Lonwabo in for this talk today, because I needed the team before we start with the personal development and the team development program to have and acknowledge and know where they are and acknowledge that they have a journey, that they have a purpose, that each and every individual is important. And Lonwabo did just that. He gave a talk that was so relevant, and there was a comment about he was as if he knows he's always here indoors when things happen. So for me, that's